We're not 20 minutes late. We're right on time.
Well, we are right on time.
Yeah, we're always on time. We're always where we want to be when we want to be there.
Absolutely.
It sounds like
guys,
a cope.
It kind of is. I mean, it's all bullshit.
So apparently Nick slept like shit, woke up and chose violence today. Or at least from seeing the timeline on Twitter.
Plot twist. He's always like that.
I did not sleep late. I can guarantee you that. I crashed early last night, so I'm full of pep.
Yeah, full of piss and
I'm
vinegar
full of,
tonight.
Yeah, you
full
look
of
like
vim
it.
and vigor.
Young, dumb, and well,
23 skidoo.
Cruel to be kind, but in the right measure.
Exactly.
God damn right.
What's going on, McToots? No, Nick did not get. Actually, Nick was the first one, or he wasn't the first one, but he showed up before fucking Rob did.
I'm the one dragging ass. I'm the reason the show's running later than scheduled.
It's like whenever Rob hosts, he's on time and shit because Mr. 1K and shit. But like,
that's right. I got to shield that channel, man. I'm running a business.
Well,
like me and Nick were fucking plebs.
when it's Rob's night, he's chasing that nickel. So
he's chasing that
right.
He's chasing.
You're gonna see Rob starting 10 minutes early. That's what you're gonna see.
He's chasing that wheat. He's chasing that wheat penny like fucking Clary.
God damn right. Right. Every minute late is a missed opportunity for a super chat.
That's right. From cool to Clary and 1,000 subscribers. That's
right. That quickly. Yep.
That's right.
Now I'm going to start, being a curmudgeon like Clary and, hey, you kids, you're all fucked. I'm going to start doing that kind of shit.
You're all fucked. Give me $20.
That's
Fuck
right. Buy my shit. Give me some fucking money. You're all fucked. That's what it is. I'm 5'4" and you're all fucked.
Look, for all you out there that pay to get pay for Clary's masochism, I'll insult you for way less than you have to pay Clary.
Same here.
I'll insult you for like $7.99.
Yeah. Wow.
That's the price of a blue check mark now.
Yeah. And say I'm not even going to waste on a blue check mark. When you pay for $7.99 worth of insult, you're going to get your whole, you're going to get your money's worth.
Look at you, Nick, providing so much fucking value.
I can't help it. That's what I do.
He will personally call you a piece of shit. Personally.
I'll tell you what, you sign up for my, deluxe subscription service, which is $29.97 a month. And I will text you or call you every day and remind you that you're a piece of shit. Because I know a lot of you guys out there, you're not doing the work. You
don't hear that enough. Mm-hmm.
You're not doing the work. You're looking at yourself while you brush your teeth and you're just thinking, I'm some handsome devil. I'm a charming motherfucker. Whatever lies you guys tell yourselves, but I'm going to tell you the truth. You're a piece of shit.
Now, see, that's the thing, though. I rely on my girlfriend to tell me shit like that, and then when I'm by myself, I look in the mirror. I'm like, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, well, what's his name?
The next meme I could see from Bull is there'd be him looking at himself in the mirror, going, "You're a piece of shit." But then when his girlfriend looks at him, it would be that, "Would you fuck me? I'd fuck you." That would be.
Oh my god, dude.
When your girlfriend tucks his sack back, does he record himself in the mirror? That's what I want to
know. Tuck or untucked.
Fucking Nick chose fucking tonight, bro. Horrible.
There's that there's that t-shirt, there's that shirt company called Untuck It.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right. No shit.
This is a different kind of Untuck It.
Bacon, we're not fucking late. We started on time. Where are you at?
Yeah,
Jesus
no
Christ.
shit, Bacon. We're not running on your clock, dude. Your clock doesn't matter.
You're half black, so we would have started 30 minutes late if we were on your time.
That's right. Boy, it just got dark in here.
Woo!
We run on degenerate standard time.
That's right.
DST.
Degenerate Standard Time. I fucking love it. That's it.
How you guys doing tonight? How's y'all's week been?
Oh, cold and long. That's all I'm going to say from mine. It's just, it's today's my Friday because my job, bless their hearts, decided to give us tomorrow off to observe Christmas Eve, because typically we get Christmas Eve and then Christmas Day off. And since it falls on the weekend, they're giving us the Friday and the Monday off in observance. So it's
Aw.
a weekend. I know. Aw.
That cold and hard statement, that reminds me of one of Nick's posts on Twitter here a few days ago. So you have heard of me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was good. Yeah. December. Yeah.
Dick December.
Dick December. Yeah.
Dick December. Yeah.
I was doing
Hat
some
tip,
work.
hat tip to Marty because he's created a new character for me, so I'm not going to let him down. So
Nice.
you can expect to see more Dick December in the coming days and months.
Nice. Well, especially, right now during winter, it would be appropriate in my book. It'd be an apropos type of thing,
Yeah.
Apropos.
Yeah, that's the word.
Look
Yeah,
at you and your
you're-
fucking
you're-
$10 words.
That's
Well,
right.
that fucking 1K just changed you.
Tell you
man.
what, I know, I'm telling you.
God damn, I can't go anywhere without you guys. You know what? Hate comes from below, guys.
There you
Yeah,
go.
but
That's
as short
right.
as you are, it always comes up from the top, though.
Yeah. Well, you guys. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, hey guys in the chat, here's my two panel hosts outing themselves, just so you know.
Yep. Well, I know everybody likes to say that hate comes from below, but the truth is that hate comes from behind, 1 inch at a time. And don't ever forget it. Don't ever forget it.
That's all right.
I mean, Dante nuked his server for a reason, bro.
It's been a good
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, no shit,
Well,
you
it
do.
certainly wasn't because of me, because I never posted shit in there.
No,
Oh,
you just
later.
fucking nuke channels.
Yeah, you just nuke channels as you exit.
I nuked channels and I occasionally insulted everybody in there, but that was about it. So,
That was fun. That was fun watching you do that. Both
Speaking-
nuking and the insulting.
I was trying to draw some fire and nobody ever engaged. They were just
Well,
like,
that's because they're all a bunch of pussies.
yeah.
Speaking of assholes, this
Hey,
fucking guy here.
There's the head asshole right there. It's Vince.
Yeah, last night on their show, there were a bunch of men bitching about men always bitching.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that's what the show was. Men bitching about other men bitching.
I mean,
Well,
it's
that's what I
it's
said
not-
it was. And then Vince said that's all Let 'Em Burn is us bitching about other men for 2
I mean,
hours.
it's
every
nice to
Thursday.
see. It's nice to see Masculine Geek take up the kayfabe. You got to do it. Got to do it.
It's all fucking kayfabe. Oh,
It
he
is.
blamed Robert. Oh, so
You
Kuzma
blame
was
Robert?
wrong. So what you're saying, Vince, is you want to fire him and bring me back? Let's have negotiations. We'll talk.
I'll tell you what.
Gotta have a Robert in the
I
crew.
say they just fire Vince and have Robert host.
Mm,
Nah, wouldn't
Nah.
be.
I don't think so.
You be the same.
Wouldn't be
Look,
the same.
Vince, fire everybody and bring Rob and I over.
Oh,
And that
shit.
and that way Rob and I will rule Wednesday and Thursday night, and it's just a short step for us to take over Monday and Tuesday night as well.
Yeah,
God.
you could bring Robert and TJ and everyone else back for D&D time. Nick and I'll sit that one out. But as far as the firesides or whatever, we could do that. That would work.
That D&D shit needs to stop.
That's how you really feel, Nick. You're being kind of vague.
Actually, I rarely, say anything during the D&D sessions because I don't want to, get in there and just, fuck up their flow. But I'll usually turn it on and just sort of have it in the background while I'm, fucking the girlfriend or something.
Fucking jerking off in a sock.
Whatever.
Whichever.
Depends on the day. Yeah.
That's right. Some days it's the girls, some days it's the sock, and some days you can't tell the difference.
The girls usually here, over the long weekend. The jerk off days are usually Monday, Tuesday, but
Nick's like, good old knee high. I missed you.
Oh, oh.
You're the
So you
only
know
one
how-
that loved me.
The best part about tonight, Nick, is Bull's yeet proof. Unless he
Yep.
self yeets, but otherwise, there's nothing you and I can do about it.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I might eat myself sometimes. I don't know.
Well,
We'll see
if
how
you
it goes.
want.
Well, I mean, if he should, but
Self yeet.
if I get yeeted like last week, I'm just gonna go stay in the chat. I'm not gonna come back.
I don't even know. I don't even know how to yeet somebody. Is it kick
Yeah,
from
you do.
studio? Is it banned from studio? I don't
Kick.
know. Oh,
It's not
kick?
ban.
No,
mean-
you just remove from stream if
Yeah,
you're yeeting
that's
us.
all you got to do. Yeah, just remove from stream, and then they're still in the waiting room or whatever the fuck they're calling it. They're backstage basically, but they're just not on the panel.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
Cool.
You just remove them from the panel.
Oh,
Yeah, like that.
like that.
Well done,
Ah.
sir.
Thank you.
It's about time we got that big head motherfucker.
He's probably not coming back.
Yeah, I brought him back just in case.
He brought me back quick before I could make a
Yeah,
move.
Yeah, I know, right?
He was hot on that fucking keyboard. He was sweating. Talk about, yeet Nick and he doesn't come back or show him the power of Grayskull. Boy, he was wiping his brow. I gotta hurry and bring him back, because otherwise he ain't coming back.
Bull's first yeet.
No shit. Yeah, he finally got his training wheels off, kids.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got good practice in Dante's server, fucking eating motherfuckers out of there.
Yeah. You and Mish were probably the two big ones when it came to throwing the weight around of the ban hammer, which, not to say it wasn't warranted, because to me it was mostly warranted. That it's like, oh boy.
Well,
you'll
I
do
mean,
this
the funny thing about it is that like Dante would DM me in the server, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't know about this guy." I'm like, "Yeah, I yeeted him fucking earlier."
Done
It's like-
yeeted. Done been yeeted.
That's
That's a new status. Done been yeeted. Well, I mean, the truth is though that the real failure there was Dante's, because if you're having to yeet that many people, that means the server needs to be yeeted, and it took him a while. But I give him
I
credit
think he
for
was one
finally
to
coming
get-
around.
Well, I mean, he got what he wanted out of it, and that's
Yep.
why he created it.
Yeah.
Which good for him.
Yeah.
Well, and I agree that if anything, talk about in a way, now that you put it that way, Bull, God, that's almost like a stroke of genius in a way.
It is. It really
Because-
is.
He wanted to learn, but there's, all the information, all the experiences, all that shit is scattered all over the fucking internet. And he decided to create a server to bring all that shit to him, basically.
He did.
Which was brilliant when you think about it from his perspective, from what he needed and what he wanted from it. Because us three, really, other than just shooting the shit and calling people retards, there was really nothing there for us. Not
No.
much, other than
Yeah, I
just
mean,
the shit.
well, at first, I mean, Dante, he contacted me in DMs on Twitter. At first, I was like, I don't know, because it's like, how much value would I be able to get out of that?
Right. Same here. I thought the same thing, but I thought, I can go shoot the shit there. There's some people in there that I know of that I can, bullshit with them. That's fine. So I came in, same reason, but I didn't get, other than the laughs, the lulls or whatever. I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
get any real value out of that server. Not that I didn't like it or enjoy it, but it's not like when I read field reports or something that I'm like, oh shit, I've never tried that. It's like, oh yeah, I've seen this, I've done that, whatever. And so for me, it was more just bullshitting.
Well, most of those field reports were failure reports, is what they were.
That's what got me. It's like, dude, most of those guys couldn't do a field report to save their fucking life, man. Like, I don't
Well,
know.
it's because they were just going out and they were documenting their failure and they weren't learning from it.
Exactly.
That's
They
what
were
it
not
was.
only not learning, but they were hanging on to their failures.
Right.
You
Right.
know? That's,
It was. Yeah. I
Like,
mean,
what-
really, the best part of Dante's server were Misha's receipts.
Yes.
That was the only thing I got out of that. Really, was Misha's receipts,
Oh yeah.
and those were fine.
Yeah, and they had I mean, there was a couple guys in there that did well, that they improved. There was one guy in there that contacted me. He was like, fucking, he had the one instance where he had a girl that he was interested in, and she was wanting to come over, but she was wanting to bring her girlfriend with her. I was like, and he was like, "What should I do?" I said, "Dude, tell her."
Invite them both.
Well, I was like, I told him, like, does she want to come? Does she want to bring her and her girlfriend over? And she's like, no, her girlfriend's balking at it. I'm like, this is what you do. You tell your girl that you're interested in, for her to ditch her girlfriend and tell her, come on, tell her that you want her over, just her. And that's what he ended up doing, and he got laid.
Yep.
You know, because otherwise that's what he wasn't going to do that.
Tell her you got 15 minutes. One or the both of you better be here.
He was basically afraid of upsetting the woman.
Yes, he was. Yeah, he was. And I said, just be upfront. Just like, hey, I want you over here.
Yep.
You know, tell your girlfriend to go take a hike and come over here now.
Pretty much.
And that's what he did. And like the next day, he's like, yeah, it worked. I'm like, yeah.
Gee,
Duh.
When you're not a pussy. You're
Yeah.
not a fucking pussy.
Ugh.
You get some.
You know,
when you're
there's-
not pussy, you get pussy. How about that?
I saw.
Well, it's just, I took that's just a page from like, what's his guy that just passed away? Mode 1 kind of thing.
Oh, Alan Roger Curry.
Yeah, ARC, Alan Roger Curry. God, I miss that guy. God damn, what a loss.
Yeah.
But anyway, his I just took like a page from there and just like, tell her what you want, man. She's
That's it.
gonna come over.
Yeah.
Well, the thing, an interesting thing I learned this week, because I was wrapping up editing Ryan's book on Frame, and I was taking a break one day, and there's this Netflix documentary called some stupid name like "Better Not Answer the Phone" or something like that. But it was
yeah.
it was
The
about
one-
this.
the prank caller who was getting managers or whatever from different franchises to get people like to strip search and all
It
that.
was insane for like
Holy shit.
it was like for
Real shit. Yeah.
for 10 or 15 years, the dude was calling up fast food restaurants all over the country,
Oh, I heard
posing-
about that.
posing as a cop, and he would talk to the manager of the, like McDonald's or Taco Hell or whatever it was, and he would be like, we have a report of a petite female, blonde, who works for you that, stole a purse or stole a wallet or whatever. She needs to be strip searched. And so, it was a little bit more complicated than that, because the guy, took him down the road of persuasion, but like, and a lot of people blew him off, but a lot of people over that time actually did it. And that was fucking insane. The number of people that complied and the shit that they did, because one of the chicks, it was like I think, I don't remember if she was the underage chick or not, but there was this woman who was about 50, who was the manager, and the guy on the phone talked her into getting her boyfriend, her fiance, who was also in his 50s, to come down there and supervise and eventually take this over. And he made the girl strip, talking on the phone with the guy the whole time, and even giving the girl the phone to, verify information and all this other bullshit. And he ends up talking the chick to blow the dude who was the fiance of the manager who was in there supervising this whole thing. I mean, it was insane, the shit that they
Holy
did.
shit.
And
Talk
it was
about-
like, you talk about, okay, you're too
Lincoln
scared.
chair.
You're too afraid to go up and talk to a girl. Meanwhile, we got some dude who could call people on the phone and talk all of them into doing this shit, and they go along with it. It was the craziest fucking thing.
I remember
heard.
hearing about that, watching it on the news, hearing about it on the news, man. This is many, many years ago though.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it before, but it blew my fucking mind. But
Talk about confidence, man. Jesus Christ.
well, I mean, it just shows you how many people are just fucking sheep.
Oh
you know,
yeah.
to go
Yeah.
along with that kind of shit.
Well, you
So-
just, if you ever stop and if you ever pay attention and you're doing your daily business stuff, like you go to the store or you go to cashier or something like that, just see how many people talk to you and don't look at you in the eye whenever they talk to you.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing. Like people always looking down, looking somewhere else, and they never talk to you and stare at you in your eye. It's just if you ever notice it, once you notice it, it's kind of overwhelming.
Well, I mean, it's like that story I always tell about, when I started, looking flight attendants in the eye when I was getting on planes, and because that's most of the time people are just shuffling by trying to get to their seat and everything else, and that's when I would start engaging these chicks, and some of them, they were doing the same thing, they just weren't paying attention, but some of them, you look in the eye and you say something that's actually custom for them. How's the flying this morning, whatever it is, and
how's
a lot of them
Wellington?
how's the beef Wellington, and their fucking body language would change, they would be like, and
then
they're visiting me during the flight and shit more, and it's
there's a definitive connection whenever you look somebody, man or woman, doesn't matter,
right. No, you're
a definitive connection.
Right.
And it to what you speak of, Nick, it's like that's what you're doing there is what I told guys a lot, is like, be in the moment. Like you can't be in the moment and not look somebody in the eyes. Once you make that connection, that's being in the moment. That's when you're enjoying that current time with somebody.
Yeah.
What's this motherfucker got going? Look at these degenerates. Tempest, you're like one of the fucking lead degenerates. Don't give me that shit.
Tempest has been around from almost the beginning.
I don't know why.
He's down under.
Yeah, face down. Yeah, he's under, all right, face down.
You don't know why. Because he knows how to kick off the weekend, right?
That's right.
That's why.
This
is where the weekend starts, motherfucker.
That's right. Thursday night's where we start. It's Friday Eve.
That's right.
Well, I mean, the chat holes are lucky we're even doing a fucking show tonight, because this morning I was almost wanting to say, hey, let's fuck this shit off, dude.
Well, yeah, you don't have 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, we don't. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. I would have just done my own show. Because there'd be super chats to be missed.
Yeah, leaving them shekels on the table, bro.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Here's the thing, guys, in the chat. We need to spread the word and get Nick and Bull up to 1,000, just so they can understand the glory of easy money. So that neither one of them, ever have to work again, because Nick.
Oh yeah.
Nick, at least, is pretty much on retirement as it is. He's just waiting around for Medicare to kick in. So,
he's waiting on his AARP card.
Right.
Yeah, fuck those guys. I'm not joining AARP. Fucking leftist commie shitbag organization.
Do you even have a choice? They just send you a card, don't they? Like,
well, they send you a card. They're like, they're giving you their challenge coins so that you'll sign up and pay your dues and all that other bullshit.
It's a card just comes in the mail. You don't even ask for it.
Well, I mean,
you're in the club whether or not.
I already get money from super chats that's called crypto. So fuck y'all, motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, crypto scam. That's right.
We'll see.
If we can talk about super chats, we can talk about crypto.
Nick already has a side hustle, man.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a couple. Like he edits books, and then he's got his crypto course.
Crypto shit, yeah. Wow.
And he got his fucking what is his Punch Right.
I've got my merch. I've got
I have a bone to pick. I ordered a fucking pint glass like last Wednesday, and it's still not fucking here yet. Motherfuckers.
It takes about 2 weeks.
Too, you were promising me a pint glass and it's not showed up yet.
You're right. I need to get on that. I absolutely did. That did slip my mind. You're absolutely right.
I remember that too, because he DM'd us. He's like, yeah, tell us your shirt size. I'm like,
well, here's the worst part of it. The worst part of it is when you get that pint glass you find out that it only holds 12 ounces. So it's not even a full pint.
God, getting
Well,
gypped right there.
That's right.
Here's the thing. Like
I
I
was
already
pissed
felt
about that.
like I already felt gypped in the first place because I was looking at the coffee mugs, and I was like, motherfucker, dude, the fucking handle's too goddamn small for my hand and shit. It's kind of, I felt like I was looking at like one of Aaron Clary's fucking coffee mugs. Because I got here last year, I got his Corona Chan. I can barely fit fucking 3 fingers in that goddamn handle.
Well, it
This
can't
is-
help it if you have, you know, gorilla fucking hands, these big meat tenderizers.
This ain't the home fucking shopping network.
No
You know, this is turnkey online merch. I don't have anything to do with, you know, all I do is set
Motherfucker,
the
I just
price.
want a bigger coffee mug handle. That's not too much to ask. I don't
Well,
think.
apparently it is, you know, because apparently you need, instead of big and tall, it needs to be, you know, like big fucking fat meat finger hand.
I'll
Fuck
tell you what.
motherfucker.
I'll tell you what, Bull. Go to Home Depot, buy yourself one of those empty paint cans.
Fuck you.
He ain't coming back.
Yeah, he is. He's always coming back. He wants more.
No, he doesn't. He'll leave.
does.
And then when you bolt the handle onto it, you can let me know and I'll send you a sticker that you can slap on the side of that thing that says "Fuck your mama."
All right,
Fuck
that's
your
pretty
mama
good.
while I
That's
fuck
pretty
your
good.
grandma.
Hey, you know what, Nick? Since you brought up the pint glass not actually being a pint, there's some opportunity right there. You should put something, you know, one of your logos or something, but put "I got gypped" on it. You know, that way, you know, this is not a true pint, you know, but it says "I got gypped." Something like that. That'd be good.
Teespring promised me a pint glass, but this only holds 12 ounces.
Mhm. Got gypped. Yep.
Well, for
No,
20, well, what's
it's-
new in 2023 is I'm shopping around for some place that actually both puts out the merch in the dimensions that I want it, and you know takes doesn't take 2 weeks to send it to you. But you know
It's
when
almost
it's that print on demand kind of shit, you're not going to get it fast.
it's almost in the same vein as a girl telling you she's only slept with 4 guys and then she progresses to suck your soul out through your pecker. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, if you assholes would be out there buying more of this merch, then I would be able to, you know, take the profits and actually have the merchandise that everybody wants produced in bulk, and then I could ship it straight from here when you guys buy it. But you know, I'm not just, you know, I'm not. You don't want me to invest my own money in this, do you?
I understand the sentiment. I just don't believe it because you're just going to buy more Buffalo Trace with it.
If I could find it, I would. I can't find Buffalo Trace here anymore. It dried up after Corona hit. You can't. You gotta.
Goddamn.
If you want Buffalo Trace, you got to go line up at the liquor store on Saturday morning, one Saturday morning a month when they get it in, and then you got to fight everybody for just one fucking bottle. I used to go in there and I would buy 4 and 5 bottles at a time.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and now it's like, you know, fuck that shit. I'll just drink something else. I'm not reorganizing my life around, you know, this shit.
Tell us more about your alcoholism.
Just eat yourself for me, will you? 30
Oh,
seconds. Eat yourself.
Oh shit.
See,
Hey, look at
I'm
that.
like, I need to start calling up fast food restaurants and getting
No,
the managers to molest their employees.
Exactly. Fuck yeah. You know what's funny? Real quick, thinking about that, and I was looking for it while you were talking about it, and I'll be goddamned if I can't remember the name of it, because you're talking about the Netflix documentary, but there was a movie, and I could swear
Yeah.
it was Robin Williams or somebody who portrayed the dude on the phone.
Yeah. There was. Yeah. I
And-
looked it up.
Yeah, there was a fucking movie that came out a few years back, like before, if it was Robin Williams, which I think it was.
It was.
But, you know, it was obviously before he died. But it was this story that you were talking about the whole thing with Persuasion, you know, where he's calling up and, you know, basically it's a prank call, but getting them to do that kind of shit. Yeah, look at you becoming that fucking master persuader. You got Bull the selfie eat.
I've always done that. Listen, when I was in college, when I was a freshman in college, I convinced my buddy who was probably I've talked before about my friend in high school that I called Donnie, who was like he was the best player I've ever known.
Was that the
And-
one that you lived with inside that house?
No, but he was this guy. He was a friend of mine in high school I played football with, and he and I worked at Coca-Cola together, and we'd hang out on the weekends after doing our shifts at Coke, and our job was to drive around and stock Coke products in the different grocery
okay.
stores in town. And so we used to meet like all of these, checkout girls and shit at all these grocery stores that were in parts of town that were not like our part of town, like where we went to high school. So they're in different high school districts. And so he was so good, we would go to a store the first time, and he'd have like phone numbers, and they'd be inviting us to parties and shit. I mean, it was great, because he was the smooth one. I was just kind of, hanging out, eating crayons and shit. But this guy, my freshman year in college, he was the opposite of that guy. So he was like absolutely the worst dude with chicks I've ever known in my life. He makes everybody in Dante's server look like, a player. And I convinced him that there's this cute girl we knew, and we would have, we would see her at lunch. We would eat lunch with a whole group of people in the cafeteria, and she would be there, and she would say, I would just take everything she said and convince my roommate that she was, flirting with him when she wasn't at all. And I finally talked him into calling her up and asking her out, and she just hard no'd him. It was hilarious because we got all of our, there were like 4 or 5 guys in there from our end of the hall in the dorms, and we're all sitting in there, we're like, oh yeah, you can do it, buddy. And so he's sitting there talking to her on the phone, and we're snickering behind his back because we know it's about to happen. I mean, it was a brutally horrible thing for us to do, but we made it happen. So,
well, I mean, there's some value out of it. At least he got rejected. He's got to deal with that. He had to deal with it.
Well,
what's an angel investor?
An angel investor is somebody who, gives you your initial startup money basically for a business.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought Sass was fucking with me.
I mean, I don't really need an angel investor because I don't take any of that merchandise shit seriously, just like I don't take anything else seriously. So, it's hard for me. It's hard to start a business when you don't take it seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, Dante, you're fucking third world country. Your shipping is terrible because didn't you have to drive to the post office to get my razor that I sent you?
The Philippines is the careless whisper of countries.
Play it, Rob. Play it. Do it. Yes. Woo. There we go.
There we go.
Cinnamon, that's what I was
No, it's not 1 hour photo.
Okay. Hang on, I'll tell you what it is.
I was gonna say, would somebody find it, because it's driving me nuts. It's not 1 hour photo though.
Yeah,
not the movie.
This shit for us, because Nick's gonna have a fucking aneurysm if he doesn't find out what it is.
Dude,
I already know what it is.
I'm gonna have an aneurysm because when Nick first brought it up, I'm like, because I have Netflix and I saw, the preview of the documentary. I'm like, oh fuck, somebody made a movie about this several years back. This
I think
new.
On that,
they've gone from fiction to reality, and I can't remember the fucking name and who was in it, but I could
just as a little side thing. The 1 hour photo was really good. Like I had never seen Robin Williams as like a
dark,
like a bad guy, but it was it's probably, I liked it better than Patch Adams. I'll put it that way.
Okay, so what this is saying is that the Robin Williams thing was actually on a episode of Law and Order.
No, this wasn't.
This was a movie.
But there was also a movie, but it says Robin Williams was in the episode of.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be looking at that, McTubus. I
already saw it. Yeah. I didn't watch it yet.
Yeah, I haven't either, but I got the preview. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna He sent that to us in Twitter DMs. So that link.
Check. Hey Nick, check for movie titles. Check the name Persuasion, because I could swear that word is in the movie title, because it seems like that was what got me to kind of go, oh, what's this?
Did y'all ever watch that one thriller with Robin Williams and Al Pacino in it, where I think Robin Williams was the
Yeah. I know what you're talking
murderer?
about.
I
Yeah.
can't remember that.
The movie was
Something
called
River?
the movie was called Compliance.
Compliance. There we go.
Compliance. Okay.
Com-
2012 movie.
Yep.
Okay.
Who was in that? And more importantly, who was the voice on the phone? Was it Robin Williams or was it somebody else?
No, it says Robin Williams was in that. He was the guest star in that Law and Order special victims unit that dramatized it. But everybody in the movie were people I never heard of before. Pat Healy, Ann Dowd.
You're
people I never
talking
heard
about
of.
Compliance?
Yeah,
Okay.
but it was a 2012 movie called Compliance.
But it's based on that whole
Yeah.
fake cop phone call bullshit. Right.
Yep.
Because that's it. Insomnia was the one with Al
Right.
Pacino and Robin
Yeah.
Williams.
Yeah. Danny got it. Yeah.
Yep. Danny nailed it. Yep.
I mean, that documentary was really kind of hard to watch because, I mean, the way, because most of these people that were victimized in the restaurants, I mean, they were like teenagers, and some of them were underage. I mean, it fucked them up seriously bad.
Yeah.
And like that original, like that dude who was the fiance of the chick who ended up getting a blowjob from the kid. He went to jail for 5 years, and he did 5 years in prison for doing that. And
I consider that a dumbass tax, because it reminds me of that one study they did in that thing where they had the one person that hooked up to electrodes and stuff, and they had the other person on the other side of the mirror.
Well, they talk about that. They talk about that.
Obedience to authority. Mm-hmm.
They talk about that in the documentary, and they made a reference to it in the special victims unit thing with Robin Williams. They named his name in that episode was named after the name of that study.
Yeah,
that was done.
Yeah. And with Compliance, it was like the guy pretending to be the cop was Officer Milgram, if I remember right. I want to say, because and it is Compliance, now that you mention that, Nick. Because,
but the overarching factor though is like a lot of guys don't understand like how malleable people are. Like you don't even have to put much effort into it at all. No. If you can just come off as assertive just in at least a little bit.
Yeah, like what you're talking about, people will buy it. Yeah.
Well, the whole COVID thing is that exact scenario writ across the fucking world, because everybody just said, okay, well, I have to do this and I have to do that and I have to wear a mask, I have to do this, so that's just what I have to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take this, this fucking, cocktail that's probably going to give me AIDS or whatever. Whatever.
That was actually very eye-opening for me. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like,
it did not surprise me. It did not.
It surprised me. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm fucking young and dumb.
It didn't surprise me, but I'm like Rob, because that kind of shit, it didn't surprise me, but
because for me,
what surprised me was the scope of the whole thing,
right?
Because I didn't expect as many people to just adhere to it, and I honestly I didn't expect as many. Like I expected the corporations to do it. I didn't expect a lot of the smaller joints around here to go in for that too. But you get people afraid enough that they're going to have lawsuits because their establishment ends up being an incubator for this stuff. That's the fear scenario that they conduct in their heads. It's the little movie they run. They don't ever, but the funny thing is that they don't ever think about okay, I'm going to do all this, and then I'm going to go out of business because nobody ever comes back. And
Well, yeah.
that's what happened here, because there were a lot of the smaller businesses around here shut down, and they
here.
went out of business.
Same here.
Well, the thing with me was like they had some areas, like some states and shit, that were like, if you see, turn in your fucking neighbor. I'm like,
Yeah,
bro,
everybody's
did
narking
you
on each
did
other.
you not
Everyone's ratting each
fucking?
other out. Yeah.
I was like, dude, did you not fuck? It was like 60, 70 years ago. It's like, do you not
Yeah.
take history in class? It's like, what the fuck,
Yeah,
man?
nobody learned from the Soviet Union or Nazi Germany. Nobody
Yeah.
learned.
Right.
I was sitting there reading this shit on the news, or listening to it on the news and seeing it on Twitter. I'm like, motherfucker, come get me. I'm not gonna fucking rat out my fucking neighbor.
Well,
Exactly. Nobody deputized me. If I'm deputized, where's my fucking paycheck?
No shit.
Right.
That's how I looked at it. It's like, you want me to rat somebody out? Well, where's my fucking paycheck? There's no
Motherfucker, come get me.
yourself.
Come
I
on
made
with it.
I
I'm
made
not
a
gonna
point.
make it, but come get me.
I made a, we talked about it back then when this started. I made a point of going everywhere, grocery store, Sam's Club, whatever. And I refused, I didn't care if they had a sign at the door. It was like, if I'm in your establishment and wearing a mask is the rules for being in this establishment, then some motherfucker is going to walk up to me face to face and say, I need you to wear this mask if you want to shop here. And if they had done that, if I really wanted to shop there, I would have put it on, because I would have respected their private property, and
Right.
I could always leave. Nobody ever did that, though. The closest they came was once in Publix. I walked in, and the customer service desk is right there. And I walk right by the customer service desk and look at the dude over there, and he's glaring at me. And as soon as I get past him, he makes an announcement over the loudspeaker in the store that, I want to remind everybody to keep their social distancing and wear their masks while they're here and shopping in the store.
Right.
And I still refuse to put the fucker on.
Yep.
In fact, I made a point of walking back and forth in front of his fucking desk, pushing my cart, because I just wanted him to come over and have the guts to enforce it.
Something, motherfucker. Yeah. Right.
Two things with that. Number one, McTube is here. He's not going to get yeeted for the rest of the night. He's my bro from another hoe. Second, thing of it is, to what you
for sailors, so
yeah,
he's a scamp from another tramp.
Yeah. Second thing of it is, COVID bullshit. Me and Houston Subgirl went out to, we went out with some friends and shit to Houston, and fucking like we walked through. We went to this restaurant, and the fucking host is like, y'all gotta wear masks, and we just walked past that bitch, dude. And she didn't say shit, dude.
And in Houston Subgirl, she wants somebody to tell her what to do, and even she wouldn't listen to him.
Yeah.
No shit.
Well, she was just following my lead. I just looked at that bitch like, what the fuck you gonna do about it?
Man.
You're like a $110.
Oh man, Nick, that was good. What kind of a lack of frame do you have when a fucking submissive woman?
That's right. Exactly.
No shit, bro.
And not just any submissive, but one who wants to be completely owned and dominated.
Yeah.
It's just like, fuck y'all, fuck you and your rules.
Yeah.
24/7 TPE, and she's like, no.
That's right.
Yeah, I just looked back and I was just like, keep walking, because it was me, he's the Subgirl, Roman, and his old lady. I just look back at that girl. I just look back at the girl. I'm like, fuck you, bitch.
Yep.
I was like, keep walking. And Roman kept pace. Roman didn't even fucking, look at her, pay her attention, dude. So,
well, it's funny. The only time I ever had anyone tell me I had to wear a mask was when I went out with the belly dancer to Wendover, which is like a very poor, trashy, small version of Las Vegas. Okay.
Oh, that's my kind of shit right there.
Oh,
Poor
dude,
and trashy.
you would love Wendover.
Oh,
You would love Wendover. Just saying,
Oh.
you and I, where we've met up,
yo, they got trailer parks there.
dude. Yes, they do.
Oh, it's my kind of girls right there too.
Yeah,
Trailer park bitches.
you would love Wendover. I'm telling you, because like I said, it is a very poor, small, trashy version.
That
of
shit is
Las-
my wheelhouse. I am not above trailer park girls.
Neither am I. Okay. Why do you think I go to Wendover? Okay.
no
But
shit.
we went out to Wendover, and this was when the mask mandate was still going on. And we're walking around the casino not wearing masks. We're going into the restaurants and not wearing masks, even though they had signs everywhere that said you had to wear a mask. And yet, her and I were like, nope. She's, going, she's following my lead. She's like, you gonna wear a mask? And I'm like, only if they fucking walk right up to me and tell me, then maybe. But otherwise, because I respect private property.
And then you're just like, please put your hands on me, please.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. But the one fucking place that actually had the stones, had the balls to fucking do it, was like an 18-year-old barista at the Starbucks inside one of the casinos. We
Not like
walked
this.
in there. Yeah. We
Not like
walked
this.
in there because Belly Dancer, she's a coffee fiend and she wanted to get coffee, where I'm a little more take it or leave it. I don't care. But she's like, oh, I want to get a coffee. It's like, okay. So we go strolling in, and the kid, this fucking pimple-faced kid, hey, I need you guys to put on a mask, which she did, which, okay, whatever, but I'm just like, yeah, I don't need coffee that bad. And so I just walked out, I didn't say anything. I didn't, get ignorant with them or nothing. It was just like, I respect, he's doing his job as far as you could tell he was uncomfortable because he's looking at me. And when he said it, I looked him up and down, I sized him up and he took a step back. But, he was doing what his corporate masters told him to do, which goes back to the whole compliance thing. Okay. So he's doing, I could see he was uncomfortable. He didn't want to say it, but he's also wanting to keep his job. And it's like, yeah, I can't take my wrath out on this kid. It's not his fucking fault.
Yep.
I could see he was uncomfortable, but I just turned around and just walked right out. It's like, I'll see you out here in the casino. I don't need coffee that bad. And so that was the one fucking place, it's like, of all the places, it was the Starbucks, which, you guys are going to be like, really, Rob? Come on, dude. It's leftist city. And you're correct, guys. You're correct. It is leftist city. Okay. But that was the one fucking place in the casino, not the $200 steak house. No, those guys did not give a fuck if we wore masks or not, because we were buying $200 steaks. That's just the way that went.
There was in the little town I live in, the closest anybody got was at Sam's Club when I went in there one day. And toward the end, and this was really late in the game, this was like mid 2021, early 2021, and I walked in there, and then all of a sudden they had a stand set up at the front of the store where they were just handing out masks. So I came walking in, and the guy was like, do you want a mask? And I was like, yeah, sure. And he gave me a mask, and I stuck it in my pocket and, kept going. And I was, and you guys know how big like Sam's and Costco places like that are. I was walking around in there, and I was literally the only dude in there shopping who wasn't wearing a mask. And I was getting dirty looks right and left from all these, fucking sheep pushing their carts up and down the aisles, because it was like, why do we have to wear one and you don't? And I'm just thinking,
I'm a god. That's why.
Yeah, it's because I'm not a fucking simp,
I'm not afraid of
deep down inside them girls between their legs are getting fucking wet about it too.
I don't know, but it was, and you're like in Sam's Club, most of the people in Sam's Club are
good old Bonneville Flats. Yeah.
Old people
fucking
anyway.
Knows Utah. The fact that brought up Bonneville Flats and State Line, and that was the casino. Granted, it's changed names. It's not the State Line anymore, but that was the casino. Yeah.
Well, I'm buying some property in Pahrump, so I'm gonna get me a double wide in Pahrump.
Fucking mass and handy wipes. Jesus, good God! Look at where we fucking. This is what they took from us. I never grew up with handy wipes, bro.
They didn't take
it.
They didn't take it. People handed it over.
Correct.
Yeah.
You're
right about that.
Handed it over.
People bent over like it was a colonoscopy.
That's the harshness. Speaking of which, Nick, do you have the harshness for the week or no?
Yeah, actually, I do.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure did I take a screenshot of it? Hang on, let me check. And it was pretty fucking good too. I need to.
Is it?
Yeah, I think I can remember it, but I want to, because it was posted by somebody I don't know, so I want to get the. No, don't big me up yet. Hang on,
Okay.
let me find it
All right.
first.
Well, let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, well, I may have to go hunt for it, but
All right. Well, we'll carry on.
You can
Keep
go
going.
you go to front side or the brothel. Hey,
Oh, whoa,
Why
whoa! Where's this at? Hello.
that's in Nevada, Pahrump, Nevada.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
that was the whole point. Why I want to get a double wide and Pahrump so I can start pimping some of these chicks out.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're gonna comply with a mask, imagine what they're gonna how they're gonna apply when I pitch
Oh, I'm
them
bringing
my offer.
I'm bringing all my toys.
And today was the day, children, where Bull Rush learned about Nevada and about how prostitution is legal in most of the counties in Nevada. That's
Oh.
right. Here's the
Oh.
fun thing that you don't know, Bull. Okay. Because I say counties because it is based on the counties.
Yeah.
Okay. Any of your major areas like Reno, Las Vegas, even Wendover. Okay. I don't know what county because I don't live in Nevada, but anywhere there's a major casino city, it's illegal. Okay. Not saying that prostitution's not going on there, but it's illegal that if the girls get caught or you get caught, you go to jail. Okay. And the reason that is because the casinos don't want to lose money for guys who want to go out and fuck. Okay. Now you go out to like Wells, Nevada, you go out to Pahrump, you go out to some of these other areas that are kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's legal. That's why Nick's talking about the double wide.
I mean, I just want to employ my my Electro Stem toys.
Hey, dude, it's it's funny. This is why Nevada doesn't have a sales tax. Okay. Prostitution pays, for their schools and for a lot of the stuff, the state and county level stuff that a lot of other states pretty much everybody else.
Oh shit.
That doesn't have. That's why, like Utah, for instance, has such a high tax as far as anything goes.
Oh yeah, the sin tax.
Yeah, the vice tax. We can't. We don't have a lottery. None of that shit. That's why everything's on the border. Like Wendover, it's an hour and a half from my house. And then another half hour, I think, or maybe it's an hour from there is Wells, where if you want prostitution, there you go. Okay. They're all border towns, just like Idaho. Right across the border, you can buy lottery tickets. Okay. Which pays for a lot of their schooling and other bullshit that here we do it in our property tax.
Now I kind of question whether we should have the red and black in Las Vegas. Maybe we should have it outside of Las Vegas.
Out in the sticks. No, dude, Bull, if you're wondering about that, dude, there are services that will come and get you and take you outside the county line to their establishments.
They'll Uber me out there.
Yes, in a limousine.
Oh, okay. So they have room for my play toy chest.
Yes, they can take your kit.
Okay.
The red and black is also not like it's not a community project here. It's going to be what I say it is. You can either show up and enjoy it or.
Oh, God damn it, Bo, you're here, dude.
I had to.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Just don't. I like Nick's company.
You just your timing is all wrong. I found the harshness of the week though.
Oh,
okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. The username on Twitter is the Nigritarian Network. And the tweet was, wouldn't it be funny if trans women start playing in the WNBA and the pay goes up instantly?
Nice.
That may end up being harshness of the year because we've only got one more harshness for the end of the year, and that's hard to beat.
Yeah, that is hard to beat. Jesus.
No more alimony for you bitches.
So Nigritarian Network, sir. we salute
Cheers.
you.
Sláinte.
Sláinte, Kumpai.
Yeah,
As the current holder of harshness of the week, you are hereby entitled to exercise all the rights and privileges thereto until a new harshness of the week has been named.
So Bunny Ranch is in Carson City. Pahrump is in New County. Like, here's my question though, Sass. It's like, are the girls at the Bunny Ranch like are they mids? I'm thinking they're mids. Like,
Did
I
you
don't
ever
care.
see? They used to do a reality show on Showtime or something where you could watch that show, and this was like it was like 10 years ago or something, but you could see what they're all, most of them were decent. They weren't they were basically mids, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm not above that. I mean, my wheelhouse is like trailer park girls that do meth.
No, these would be right in your wheelhouse.
So this would be a step up, I think.
They'd be right in your wheelhouse, no doubt.
Nice.
No, there were a couple. They ranged from there weren't any that were fucking gorgeous. They ranged from.
I don't need that. I just need to make my dick hard. That's enough.
They ranged from cute to always doggy style, but
Woo. Hey.
What else? What else is there?
What else? Soup and tits.
Yeah, soup and tits. I mean, if you're going to if you're going to a whorehouse in the desert, you're not exactly. You're going to take what you're going to get, buddy.
I mean, I'm not gonna require, or I'm not gonna expect beef Wellington, but I mean, soup
One
and
of
tits
them
is enough.
On this particular show, one of them was she was a porn star for a while. She was probably one of the cutest ones. She had been a porn star for a while, and now she was doing this. Or maybe she was doing both concurrently, but she was pretty cute. I don't remember her name.
It doesn't matter.
But and McTubis, thank you for the DM. That was it. That was it.
Yeah, I don't look. I don't know about you guys. Like,
yeah, Dennis Hoff. That was his name.
Dennis Hoff.
He looked like a former lineman for for the Cowboys or something, but he was
That's
hilarious.
A big boy. That's a big fucking boy.
He was hilarious.
No, I mean, I don't know about you guys. I don't like the whole virgin girl thing. I can't. I've had that, and it's a lot of work. I mean, I want a pro, or at least a girl who knows what the fuck's up.
Well, if you're going to a whorehouse, you should be getting a pro.
I want a girl that knows how to have some fun. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, well, if a virgin wants to fuck me, I'm still gonna fuck her.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah,
for sure.
I don't.
No shit, clown. I'm gonna go kick her out of bed.
Yeah, whether it's her first time or her 101st time. I don't give a fuck.
I see Borash out there. Hi, I want you to deflower me. Oh, I can't do that, honey. Have a crayon.
Yeah, have a metallic.
You're just hungry. You need a copper crayon. That'll take care of it.
Take the silver. It's nice.
Take the lemon yellow color. It's psychedelic. You'll see God.
It's like, why has she got two black eyes? Because she tried to eat my orange ones.
You can touch any color, even the metallic, but them orange ones are mine.
Yeah. She needs a black garbage bag over the body and a baklava first in order to
balaclava first.
Balaclava, yeah.
If you go to a chicken ranch, you're getting chicken. That's right. You're not getting a tomahawk ribeye. You're not getting wagyu.
I don't need a tomahawk ribeye.
You're not getting wagyu. You're getting chicken.
You're getting what you paid for. Yeah.
You're getting ground beef, and that's good enough.
You're getting some chicken cordon bleu. There's going to be some ham hanging out of it. There's going to be a lot of melted cheese. but you know, it's gonna be good for what it is.
It's
That's
edible, bro. It's edible.
That's right.
Incredible.
That's right. That's it's just like there's no such thing as bad pizza, just some better than others. Even
Exactly.
the ones that are pretty bad are still pretty good.
Oh, my
Good,
God.
good on Billy Bob for fucking spelling balaclava correctly.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Hey, you know what we need to change the scale from, like, you know, 1 to 10. We need to, you know, it needs to be like, you know, according to pizza places, like, how was that chick you went out with Friday night? She was Little Caesars, but you know, it was hot.
Yeah, she's Domino.
It was,
You
it was
know.
Little Caesars. It was hot and fresh. You
It
know,
was-
She was in and out, you know.
extra breadsticks and marinara sauce. You know,
Yo,
it's
that
all
bitch was Dairy Queen, bro.
Yeah, she was IHOP, but hey, they still have a pretty
Oh,
decent pancake.
oh no. Oh no.
Well, now we're getting away from, but those aren't pizza places. Come on.
Oh no.
Right, but you understand the analogy. That's
Oh yeah. You know,
Yeah.
well, you know, I'm thinking about, you know, how that dork from Barstool Sports used to go around and he would, you know, give his pizza rankings to all the pizza places all over the country. This is kind of like that, except, you know, we're ranking chicks with the, you know, she was you know, she was Pizza Hut, which isn't bad, but unfortunately she was the buffet.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
you know, that reminds me of Rob's his latest post on his blog site is about how can you tell if a girl is
oh
good in
yeah,
bed.
yeah. From
This is
Yeah.
what this is the
Because
one time.
I saw that before. Let me, because like at first, before I read Rob's post, which he's not wrong, but how do you tell if a girl's good in bed? And my first instinct for me was it's dependent upon me. That's just the way I feel. How she's going to be good in bed, because to me I lead the experience, and whether she's good in bed is irrelevant.
Oh,
It's like
and
what can I get?
you're
What
not
can I
wrong.
get her to do?
You're not wrong. I'll agree with that. But the point for me of writing the post was, again, going off of what Bunny said and
Yeah.
watching all the dudes talking in the abstract. Okay. Just going from that it's like, from my experience, oh yeah, I agree with you, Bull, that it's a great time. Rather, you know, that's why for me, I've never had bad sex. Okay. Just some better than others, but I've always had a good time. Okay. Now, some women may beg to differ, but yet they kept coming
irrelevant.
back.
Yeah.
Well, it's irrelevant, but at the same time, why did they keep coming back if it was
Yeah.
that terrible?
Absolutely. But I also understood your other point in there where, oh man, I just lost my train of thought. Where
Well,
it's
you
not
think about it. Well,
Yeah,
here
it's-
I want to be the contrarian, because I can tell. And
Oh,
here's how
can you now?
and
Okay.
here's how I can tell. This is why, you know, as much as I usually agree with Rob and always respect
So
his
this is
wisdom.
how well she does beef Wellington or what?
you can you can tell if a chick's going to be good in bed by A, she can make a serviceable beef Wellington, B, she has a good relationship with her grandmother,
Fucking Rob, dude.
and
Look.
and C, she knows all the lyrics to Anchors Away.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
No,
I mean, if you
that's not
what I was
I can't argue that.
I found my train of thought. God damn, I just lost it again.
Oh, damn it. I was really hoping for your input too.
I think you should eat yourself because you can't.
No,
keep
no,
your train of thought
I'll
going.
think of it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But it was funny though, because I looked that shit up on Twitter, and it was just a bunch of dudes just.
Well, in
the
all
abstract.
seriousness, Rob's 100% right. You don't know until you know. You don't know what you don't know.
You don't know.
Which is
until
true.
you fuck
Which is
her.
true.
You don't know.
Right.
You know.
To what Rob was saying earlier on his blog, it's like, yeah, the even with a single girl, individual girl, it's going to change from experience to experience, and that's what I found as well.
Yep.
You know, because some days you're going to be off, and some days she's not feeling it, and it's just going to be there's 1,000 different fucking issues that's going on.
Yeah, and
But the thing is,
have
it's
nothing to
kind of
do
like
with
chasing a dragon, though.
Yep.
Whenever she's on and you're on, and it's fucking, you know, what the kids say out there saying, you're vibing, dude. It's fucking awesome, dude. And it's very much like chasing the dragon, because you always want to capture that.
Yep.
That fucking feeling.
Bro.
'Cause even with my current girlfriend, like, she's always enthusiastic and stuff, But there's some days that she's really not really enthusiastic, which is
Genuine
fine.
desire, bro. Genuine
Which is
desire.
fine. Because there's some days I'm not really feeling it because of shit, fucking reasons.
Well, this brings us to the whole genuine desire argument, and I want to weigh in on that whole thing because I
So do I actually. When you're
Yeah,
done,
me too. Yeah, okay.
something people have to understand, and I'm not negating or disputing the the overall genuine desire principle, but what I am saying is if you're in an extended relationship with somebody, the nature of that genuine desire is different, because in a long-term relationship it's still about genuine desire, but often it becomes her genuine desire to make sure you have everything that you want. And if she's not feeling it at the moment, but she gives it up anyway, that's still genuine desire. It's just maybe she's got a head cold, maybe she's got whatever. It's not necessarily that she's horny as fuck right at that moment, but she still recognizes that you're the man and she wants to give you what you want. And unless she's like, unless she's recovering from surgery or whatever, she's going to give you what you want. Now, it may not be the most, electric session y'all have ever had, but that doesn't mean it's not genuine desire. It's just that her genuine desire is to make you happy. And if she's willing to do that, then you need to be happy with it.
Yeah, sometimes that's enough.
Yeah, I mean, so in a long-term relationship, sometimes it has to be enough because in the best days of my marriage, my ex pretty much gave it up whenever I wanted it. And, a lot of times, she wasn't feeling it, even if I spent the time to assuming we even had the time, which when we had kids, a lot of times we didn't have the time. So it was like, hey, meet me in the bathroom in 5 minutes. And so we go in the bathroom, lock the door, and, I bend her over the sink. We go at it, and I gets mine. And, she's like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, sometimes
have a good afternoon,
Sometimes that's the most fun parts.
Well, I mean, it just goes back to the whole, it's not necessarily, transactional, but it kind of is in a way. But that doesn't mean there's not genuine desire there. It's just that her genuine desire is that, she wants to give you what you want, and she's happy that you still want her. So that's in a long-term relationship. That shouldn't be necessarily every time.
Well,
but there's
the thing
nothing
is,
wrong with it.
Well, see, that's the thing too, is like a lot of times, and that really parallels, like DS relationships. It's like if the girl she's not ready to go, it's like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if she's ready or not. It's the fact that it makes her happy that she's able to please you.
Right.
And get what you get, and she's able to provide for you what you need.
Right. Genuine desire is a real thing, but it actually encompasses a much broader spectrum than the way people usually talk about it on the internet.
And McTubis is spot on. The motherfucker's on fire tonight. You get what you get, and you don't get upset. And the way you phrase this, like you settle, but you're really not settling. Right. You're just. I get what you're saying, man.
Okay,
some fucking
I'd
retards.
like to chime in on this too, if I could.
All right.
Something I have found over time, and I mentioned it in the blog post, and that is, I have the conch. Okay, cool.
You have the conch, bro.
The parts need to line up. Okay, I've been with enough women now where, and I've been with women who had children, multiple children, and they were tight. And I've been with women who never had kids, and things didn't quite line up. And either she couldn't come, I couldn't come. And ultimately, the relationship, whatever it was, ended. And I think that was a big part. And so you can have all the genuine desire you want, But if things don't line up where both parties ideally are getting satisfaction, I don't think it'll last, because I've had quite a few women where things just didn't quite add up. They just didn't line up. Either she couldn't come, I couldn't come, whatever. You could go to Pound Town and go all day and all night, and nothing happened.
It's not there, man.
And there's been other times where I've been with women that, yeah, I had to drag them out of their head, get them into their bodies. But boy, when I got inside them, shit lined up.
Yo,
Where
that's
it's like,
awesome.
oh shit, man! I'm gonna be guy. If I'm not careful, I'm gonna come in like 2 fucking minutes. And it's not that she was necessarily tight; it's just everything lined up.
It's the
where it was
energy.
just like,
The energy
oh my
of it.
god! Well, and but it's bio. I'm not talking about energy here. I'm talking about biology. That
Oh,
her vagina lined up with my dick, and it just everything fit exactly the way it needed to fit. And it was, an amazing experience. Even if she was kind of like, do your thing, get it done. It still, from my perspective, was an amazing experience. Okay. I've had women, I had one here a few months back where I made her orgasm like 4 times, and yet it took me 2 hours to get there, where I was almost
Wow.
ready to throw in the towel, or because things just didn't quite line up. And it's not a matter of did you put it in the right hole or whatever. It's like, nah, bro, I know what hole to put it in, type of thing.
yeah.
Okay? It's just the shape of things, the way we are built, the way we come out. Just like every guy's dick is going to be a different length, different girth. It's going to
So it's like the physicality of it.
Yes.
It's like okay.
Yes, that's something that, to me, from my experience, matters. Okay,
It's kind
like I
of
said,
it's kind of like a macrocosm, or like a microcosm of that would be like a kiss. Like sometimes you
Kinda.
kiss a girl and it's like it's either there or it's like sometimes it's just not there. Like she's hot
Yeah.
and everything, and it's like
Right.
she makes your dick hard, but like you go to kiss her and it's like, you know.
Yeah, kind of. That's a good analogy, but it's just, I can think of a couple women right off the top of my head where, oh yeah, she had, desire and enthusiasm and all of that, and yet things just didn't quite fully line up.
Yeah.
And either it was a chore for her or it was a chore for me, and ultimately that relationship, that interaction ended. Okay. And in most cases, it was more than just one time. We were having sex on a multiple occasion, but it
Yeah.
became, in a way, work. And from my end, from me observing it, it was because of physiology. It's like, fuck, we're not quite fully lining up here, where either she's getting maximum pleasure, I'm getting maximum pleasure, where I've had other women where I could tell they weren't fully in the mood, but yes, they were willing, kind of like Nick was saying, that she's like, yep, do it. But things also lined up where it's like, yeah, I come every time, and she was happy that I came. Right.
Supposed to be fun, not work. Yeah.
Right.
Well,
But
you're
I
not
think
wrong.
part of
Homeschool.
that ties into physiology. If
Yeah.
you're constantly working, to use the term, if you're constantly thrusting and banging away to come, it becomes work.
Well, yeah, because like I've
It's like that. It's like that
Fucking
video I posted today of the Dalmatian trying to fuck the Chihuahua.
Yeah. Well, that's like, I mean, I think I mentioned it last week or some shit, like, because like my girl she's 5 feet, she's like 5 foot 5'1". I'm 6'2", man. Like there's some physics that's there's some architecture that's got to go into it, but we make it work because we want and when when it works, it's awesome, man. Like once we finally got it down, it's like hell yes, and it's fun. But you just gotta figure that shit out, man.
Go to Bacon's latest comment, please.
Bacon.
That's the one.
Fucking bacon, dude.
And I agree with you, Bacon. That's been my experience as well. Like I said, there's been a few women where I got them off, but it was a struggle for me to get off. that, yeah, I kind of didn't want to see them anymore. But then there's been others where, like I said, everything just kind of lined up where it's like, oh shit, I got to slow down type of thing, or I'm going to, be 30-second guy type of thing, 2-minute pump and dump type of dude. Where that was the women for me, at least, where it's like, yeah, I want more of that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's usually that point in time when she orgasms and her pussy grabs your fucking dick and pulls it into her. It's like, oof, oof.
But everything needs to line up from my experience. And maybe I'm talking out my ass. I don't know. But I've been with enough that, and all of them to one degree or another had some form of enthusiasm or genuine desire, or whatever you want to label it. They were all wet. They were all hot to trot. They all wanted me type of thing. But sometimes shit lined up and sometimes it didn't. And that's where to me, it's biology, but not evolution in that sense. It's just the way we're built. Some fit better than others.
Well, it reminds me. It
It
reminds me of that one girl I went out with last year, Robin. I think I texted you about her. She was that crazy bitch about talking about lions and shit.
Yeah.
Because we fucked a couple of times and it was good and stuff. And she was like, well, what's the deal? She's like, I'm wet and everything. I'm like, yeah, that's not what it's about. It's like, it's more than that, dude.
Well,
Like,
I mean, it goes back to, your, context means something, because if you're married and you've got two, kids under the age of 6, and, it's, if you're going to wait until she's really capable of getting in the mood, then, you're going to have, you're going to do it once a month, because she's always going to be, running after those kids and everything. And you can say, well, you got to make time for each other, everything, and whatever. But the fact of the matter is that if you're a dude and you're fucking horny every day, and she spends all her days, chasing around the kids and everything else, and she's going to be exhausted, then you're going to have a lot of, there are going to be a lot of sessions where, you got the bathroom door locked, you're banging her over the sink, and the kids are pounding on the door saying, what are you doing in there? And, that shit's going to happen when you're married and you've got kids. That doesn't necessarily mean that there's no desire there, but you gotta adapt to the circumstances, because it's easy, my relationship with little Spurg, that was pretty easy because, I controlled how much we saw each other. And so when we got together, she was always amped up. And it was always intense, and it was a long weekend of fucking every other hour and all that kind of shit. But when we started spending weeks together down in the condo in Florida, that changed somewhat too, because down there she was having to work all day every day, and I was hanging out in the pool getting drunk all day. So there was a different dynamic at play there. And so on the weekends it would be a lot of fun, and during the week I'd be like, hey, come here, I need you for 10 minutes before you go back to work or whatever. And that there's nothing wrong with that shit. Doesn't mean it's transactional. It just means that there's multiple levels of desire at play. And
Sure.
The real key is,
it's always dynamic though.
the real key is those incidents notwithstanding, that needs to occur in the context of having those times frequently where it does all line up the way Rob puts it.
But Nick, on Twitter they say that's not meaningful sex, bro. I mean,
well, sex itself is never meaningful. There's nothing meaningful. There is no meaning in sex. The only meaning in sex is, a dude nutting. That's the extent of the meaning.
Yeah.
There's no meaning beyond that. What's the meaning of a, roller coaster? I mean, there's no fucking meaning there.
No.
I don't anymore, but I did, and it was pretty fucking glorious. I'm gonna need to get one again. Pool timeshare. But there's no meaning in, the way I look at it, there's no meaning in fucking. Fucking is fucking, and the meaning is, you know, either what you want to put into her head, you know, so that she wants to, or the meaning she puts in her head, you know, to either, you know, justify or comfort herself over what just
See,
happened.
this is how I know Daniel is he's on the fence of being a pleb and a man god, because he's talking about bourbon dick, but no one talks about cocaine dick
I don't
or
have bourbon dick.
or ecstasy dick.
I'll be honest with you.
Christ,
The only time my dick has ever been affected by alcohol is when I would drink beer. Beer shuts me down in every way and puts me to sleep. Bourbon, whiskey does not. That's one of the reasons I switched to whiskey all the time. It's just
Interesting.
But to what you were saying earlier though, it's like a couple weeks ago, I was over at my girl's house and we just got done having dinner and she was like washing the dishes and shit. And I was watching TV. Her kid was there inside her fucking room. You know, her kid was there, whatever. And I just got a hankering, you know, watching her do the dishes. It kind of turned me on a little bit.
Masculine urge to bend her over while she's being the dishwasher.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much. I mean, I went up to her. She's hand washing
Full
the dishes
patriarch.
and stuff. She's hand washing the dishes, and I went up behind her and pressed her up against the counter in front of the sink, and I started rubbing her titties and shit. And she was like, she just put the dishes down, and she's like, "We got to go now." I was like, "All right, let's go." So we went back to her room, fucking did a little fucking 15-minute quickie, dude, and it was done. One and done, son. And then she went back to washing dishes. I was like, good times.
that's what I call compliance.
That is compliance.
Crayon dick.
There's your fucking compliance for you, motherfuckers. Crayon dick? Oh, I've never had crayon dick. I haven't had that yet. Maybe if I ate the metallics, maybe I would.
Yeah, it's when you're you know, it's when your dick turns copper colored
Oof. That's when,
or orange.
yeah, you're going to need some penicillin for that.
Orange dick bad.
Orange dick bag. Yeah, I'm going to the emergency clinic for some goddamn penicillin then. Fuck that shit. Let's see what Hometime. See, Hometime's got like 7 kids, so he knows.
You don't want to have to play guess this discharge.
Oh, motherfucker, dude. Why? Ugh. Drop kids off at neighbor's house so you can sex, and next day neighbor's kids can play at your house, take turns, just like. Yeah, but that takes. I mean, that kind of takes time though. Sometimes you don't have time for that shit.
I tell you, the way I handled it was fine for me. I don't, you know, I can't speak for my ex-wife. Maybe that's why she's my ex-wife. But you know, locking the bathroom door, locking the basement door was plenty good enough for, you know, for the routine. You know, because there's that routine, fucking, and then there's the, you know, then there's the bespoke.
Bespoke. The Taylor fucking.
The bespoke fucking.
Oh my gosh. Topic of these streams. Sass, have you not been here before?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you have.
You're not new.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up. KZ's enjoying himself.
Let them burn is like, you know, is like sex. It's meaningless, but it's fun.
Well, I don't know. It's just that's the thing though. It's like all these guys on fucking Twitter and stuff that I read, it's like sex isn't meaningful and stuff like that. I'm like, what kind of fucking pussy have you been getting? Because I don't know about you guys, but like it's always been somewhat. It's not really. It's like you said, Nick. It's not meaningful in the act, but you know.
Well, I stand by that comment. I don't. The meaningful part is the mindfuck roller coaster. The meaningful part is where, you know, we decide what we want it to mean. But sex itself, while it's different with everybody that you do it with, it's basically the same shit. Now, it's better with some than with others. There's that chemistry, or there's that everything lines up like Rob says. It makes, you know, some things a lot more mind-blowing and everything else, but we're still talking about We're still talking about fun and pleasure. We're not talking about meaning. The meaning,
see, that's
the
the thing.
meaning is
That's
a
the thing.
separate thing.
That's the thing, though. Whenever I read guys that say stuff like that, it's like, to me, it seems like they're not having fun,
Yep.
Yeah.
and that's why they're not. They're like, oh, it's gotta be meaningful. No, dude, it's just gotta be fun.
Well, you hit on it. That's exactly it. It's the guys. It's all the you know, and it really has its most
Standard guys that have a notch count of -1. Yeah.
and they have that, you know, it goes into those extreme positions where it's like, you know, sex is about procreation and all that other bullshit. You know, those are the guys that want it to be meaningful.
And see,
But
that's
it's
the
not.
thing, though. It's like to me, biologically speaking, if it was just for procreation, we wouldn't get the hormonal hits that we get, the dopamine hits that we get for doing it just for not for procreation. You know.
Well, I mean, you know, obviously it evolved simply for procreation, but that, you know,
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that's, I mean, I can tell you that the night, I think it was night that Nick Jr. was conceived, there was nothing fucking meaningful about what we did that night. I can tell you that right now. And
You weren't trying to make a baby. You were just trying to fuck.
well,
no shit.
actually, we were actually trying to make a baby, but there wasn't. It's not like we lit 15 candles and arranged them in a circle or a pentagram or something. And
And
you
she
know,
bent her pelvis in a certain way to retain your semen, type of thing, right?
right? It was just like, you know, hey, it was more like we're fucking, and if we make a baby, that's great. It's
a
that's-
bonus. But if not, it was still pretty goddamn good.
that's exactly right. It's like, and if not, we get to do it again tomorrow. You know,
That's
and
right. We get more practice.
or
Right.
in the next 30 minutes. Yeah. So I mean, it's like, you know, yeah, but I totally reject the idea that sex is meaningful or ought to be. You know, what that really means is either, and I'm not even going to get into what that means for the dudes because they're all fucked in the head. I understand why even for a woman, it's not that it's meaningful, it's that she wants to use the concept of it being meaningful
To justify it.
to justify it, to lock down her sense of security, all that kind of shit. You know, which is why I say, you know, it's the mind fuck roller coaster. It's the stuff that we make up about it, and everybody makes up something different about it, which is why it can't be meaningful if it can be anything.
Right.
Here's-
It's like Daniel Bell said right here. The guys that say it's meaningless sex or the guy is not fuck. And I agree with that. And that's what I'm saying. Is like these guys that say that they've had sex, but they're not. They have sex with a girl. They don't fuck her.
Dude,
And
until
that's
They
the thing. That's like, it's like with Dante. That reminds
have
me like
been-
Dante's like, I had sex with this girl. I'm like, yeah, but did you fuck her?
dude, until I started orbiting this, you know, the gay monastery, the idea of whether it was meaningful or not never ever even
Yep.
occurred to me
Yeah,
in my thought
exactly.
process.
Yeah.
Ever.
Never.
I do want to add something to it. Going back to your take on, you know, if it's for procreation only. I have a theory or a thought on that. Okay. So we think of animals in the wild kingdom outside of the human species. And you think of like baboons, where their ass turns red and they emit an odor. And so, you know, that's when the woman's in, you know, the female's in heat. And so then the guys all get hard and they fight and then they fuck her. But as soon as her cycle's over, they lose all interest.
Right.
Okay. If that were the case, if sex was just purely for procreation and nothing else, no pleasure, no fun, no meaningful, meaningless, whatever, wouldn't you think that our women would be the same way? That we would just have like no fucking interest until they go into heat. And then either it would be we're chasing down every woman on the street who's emitting that odor, or we're locking them behind a door to keep them from going out into the street and fucking another dude, or to keep those other dudes from coming in and fucking her because they can pick up that scent. Do you think
Yeah.
about how
Well-
disruptive that would be to Homo sapien? You know?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good point.
Well,
the way I look at it is like this.
The
It's
thing
like-
about it is like there, besides the human species, there's only a handful of other animals on this earth that actually have sex out of pure pleasure. Dolphins, I think, being one of them, and there's a couple other ones.
well,
I
I
think
look at it.
chimpanzees kind of do it too. I think. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
I look
Maybe.
at it like this, for it to be meaningful, to me, that's essentially a covert contract for it
Yeah.
to be meaningful.
Yeah.
The
Absolutely.
the way I look at it is, and also because of my position on, the non-existence of, the great father in the sky or whatever,
Sky Dad.
you need Sky Daddy to have meaningful sex. Now,
Well, how
having
do you?
said that, the way I look at it like eating. We evolved to eat because we have to in order to stay alive. But most of the eating we do as human beings, as we are, at least for anybody that lives in the first world, it is as much for entertainment as it is for survival or something that's a purely necessary biological process, because we eat all kinds of crazy, it's donut theory. It's like
Yeah.
donuts don't just make themselves. So we eat for entertainment. That doesn't mean that is the reason we have to eat, but we took that and we ran with it. We do the same thing with sex.
Well, the thing about it is too, it's like guys that say it's like that. It's basically a container word. Like, how do you quantify meaningfulness? You can't do it. And I would even go so far as to say the meaningfulness of sex is mainly done in the buildup of it. The actual act itself is what Nick said is meaningless, but like it's the buildup, and even the post nut clarity and stuff.
If you ask a chick, do you have meaningful sex with your boyfriend or husband? She's going to say, oh yeah, because he's this and he does this and he does this, and all the stuff that she's going to name about why it's meaningful are going to be something other than the act of having sex itself. And dudes, for us it would be kind of the same thing. Is, do you have meaningful sex with little spur girl? I'm like, yeah, because I fuck her and then she goes and makes beef Wellington, and what could be better than that? So it's all shit that we add that has nothing to do with the act of sex itself, except for the the weirdos out there. Except for the weirdos out there that believe it's a sacrament and that they
I just call them missionary boys. So.
they talk to God while they're whatever. Yeah, it's what the Mormon missionaries are doing in the bathroom when they're supposed to be out proselytizing.
Oh shit! Wow, a whole bunch of women just showed up. It looks like a raid party.
Yeah, that's my.
Oh, nice. Well, welcome to the shit show. That's let them burn.
Well,
like,
I mean,
what the fuck?
Well, it's like you call it. It's like you say, Rob. It's that. What do you call that shit? Where it's like the silent thing where. Or it's like the silent club.
The silent majority?
No,
that's
not the
majority. The one behind club.
Oh, the one behind club?
No, it's a secret club.
Oh, the secret society.
Secret society, yeah.
Yeah. Even though it's not really a secret for any guy that has any idea.
Yeah, that's what this is.
I think it's time to careless whisper Bull Rush for his macaroni and cheese bullshit.
Holy damn. A whole bunch of people showed up. This is cool.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I told them to behave themselves, so.
Oh, why? Why do you got to be the buzzkill? If the women want me,
just to see who would be compliant.
Who's going to be compliant?
Yeah.
Dude, this is you trying to hold women accountable.
No.
This is Bull Rush and his fucking covert contract.
No, this is a filter. This
Bull
is
Rush,
a filter,
we're gonna continue the song
until you shut the fuck up.
Because they're gonna do what they're gonna do. They're all bratty sisters. They're all bratty sisters. That's self yeet. You need to throw the comment from McTubus up.
Yeah, there are no women on the internet.
That was perfect timing, Nick. That's right. We broke 10.
Jesus.
There we go. Enough
Oh,
of that.
fuck you, motherfucker, dude.
And that, kids, was MGTOW. Bull was going to take his ball and go home.
He's getting high on his own supply these days.
Yeah, he's out there smelling his own farts.
I mean, it's not like I have 1,000 subscribers and shit, you know.
No, but we're going to get you there. That's the point. Hey, for all the women in the chat, guys in the chat, to subscribe to Bull. All right, we need to get him to 1,000. He needs to monetize so we can do super chats.
He needs to be able to afford something besides crayons.
I like crayons.
Right?
Yeah, well, you know, so does my
There
kid.
you go. Jesus. Yeah. Throw that back up there. McTubus is advertising for us. We need that for you, Bull. God knows you need the help.
I need the help, bro.
You know, it's really the dudes that get offended by us more than the chicks do. Have you noticed that?
It really is. It really
Yeah.
is.
Oh my God. You're right. It is.
It's always the dudes that get offended and take themselves too seriously. The chicks never do.
No, the chicks are all like, whatever. You guys
Well, I
are
don't know, Jennifer. We haven't seen Jennifer in a while. I think
Oh,
she may have
that's
got better.
I yeeted her last time you were
Yeah.
on,
on
Nick.
your channel, Nick.
On your
Yeah.
channel. She hasn't been back.
No, she sent me an audio type of thing, an audio, kind of a goodbye. You know, I got yeeted for, going after some dipshit. And so sayonara. And it's like, okay.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I just timed her out. I didn't fucking completely eat her.
Well,
Well-
that might actually mean she was a dude, since she
Could
got
be.
butt hurt and left. 'Cause
Uh-huh.
It's the dudes who get butt hurt, and
I mean,
really is.
I'll let her come back
really
if she
is.
shows her titties. It's tits
that
that
was
get the
that
fuck
was
out.
my channel. That was my channel.
Well, she can make you some soup or something. How about that?
She does make soup. She actually sent me a picture of soup she made once.
It probably wasn't. She really didn't make it. Was it
Yeah.
chili or was it,
It
soup?
was, no, it was soup. It was
Oh.
it was definitely homemade soup.
That's. I mean, if she's really enthusiastic,
But
she would have made you chili.
Well, if it's beef Wellington or get the fuck out.
What about Spam Wellington? I'll take Spam Wellington.
Damn,
I would.
that's pure degeneracy right there.
Well, Spam Wellington is the beef Wellington of the apocalypse. Once the shit hits the
Oh.
fan.
I'm fine with that. I'm
What's the-
fine with it pre-apocalypse. I like
Cinnamon-
spam that's fried.
What
It's
the
good.
hell is healthy?
Healthy
talk with me?
sex talks. It's not people shitting on each other. When a Walt, no Walt, blah blah. blah.
Oh,
It's all that negative.
so non-spur,
right?
fucking talk.
Non-spurg talk. That's what
Yeah.
that's what Cinnamon's talking about.
Basically, like guys and girls fucking talking about sex and enjoying it. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Talking about it, treating each other like human beings instead of fucking
Yeah.
objects and covert contracts. That's what
shit.
it is.
Amen.
Well,
That's kind of hard to do nowadays for some people.
I generally prefer to treat them as objects, but without the
Yeah,
covert
There are
contracts.
the,
But
there are the moments,
Yeah, look at
we're
this
all
pick me-
Greg
look at
Cooks
this
in
pick
here.
me shit.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Show me a beef Wellington, and then we'll talk. Give
Oh,
me a
Betty
break.
just outed
Fucking
herself.
picks or get the fuck out, dude.
Give me a break.
Right.
If you-
Show us the beef Wellington.
that's still.
Oh shit. It's like validate me drinking Knob Creek tonight.
Oh
Well,
mine.
shit. Betty's going for the good stuff.
Knob
Well,
Creek's decent.
Betty's a Southern girl, so
Knob
No,
Creek is
Knob Creek is good shit.
it's
I
mid
love
it's
Knob
mid
Creek.
to top shelf. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
mid to top.
I would put it closer to the top shelf myself, but
Around here, it's
I'm not the connoisseur of bourbon like you guys. so.
it's low tier mid shelf.
no, it's down here. It's usually it's not the very top shelf. It's between the mid. There's usually a shelf between the middle and the top, and that's the shelf that Knob Creek is usually on. And then on the top shelf, we've got shit like Bookers and
Pappy.
Blantons, and well, I mean, we don't even have a shelf for Pappy down here. But,
Buffalo Trace.
yeah, I mean, usually Knob Creek is often even one shelf above Buffalo Trace. Sometimes they're on the same shelf. It depends on where you're at down here.
Well, fair enough.
But Knob Creek is one of
We are
my
calling
staples.
the midwife.
So.
Healthy sex talk. We're calling the midwife now.
All right. Scrapple. Ugh.
As long as it isn't. What's Scrapple?
I almost want to say that's a booze.
Do I want? Is that like White Claw?
If it's what I think it is, dude, yeah, it's pretty nasty shit. If it's what I think it is. That's right. Show your food porn. Show us your beef Wellington.
well, I don't know if she means Scrapple or Ripple, because Scrapple is actually like, pork trimmings.
Oh shit! God damn, Betty, where's mine at?
Scrapple is kind of like head cheese and shit like that.
Yeah.
Souse meat. That's what Scrapple is.
Apparently, Mick Tubis has had some.
I've had Scrapple. It's just all the parts of the pig you don't want to eat.
Oh, okay.
Or it's the leftover.
Two-legged or four-legged kind.
It's the leftover trimmings and shit.
Oh shit! So it's kind of like Red Wings. Okay.
No, God.
Shells don't matter. It all gets her wet, naked. Point A to point B.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be a lot easier to get her to wet and naked if she's drinking some Knob Creek or Woodford than if she's drinking, Old Forester or Green Label Evan Williams. So,
oof. Yeah.
If they even make that anymore. I know I think they still make Green Label Jack, which isn't too bad, but
yeah, Green Label Jack, that's the it's not the, it's the rye whiskey. That's what it is.
Is it?
Yeah, Green Label Jack is rye.
Well, I don't remember that, but I just remember it being harsh. But rye is kind of harsh.
Well, rye is harsh though. Yeah.
Well, the only Green Label Jack I see in our stores down here is that apple shit now. That's just got a green label, but I'm talking about like the old days when they would have, like when the for around here, it was the cheapest version was always, the shit with the green label, whether it was Evan or Jack or something.
I made French onion, chicken, roasted carrots, and fried potatoes the other night.
That's not beef Wellington. That's great. That is good. Great.
I mean, it's a good entry level. Yeah.
Beef Wellington is the test. Beef Wellington is the test.
It is the paradigm of chastity and virtue. Yes.
it's a sign. It's a sign of commitment, is what it is.
It's a sign of good breeding.
Not a sign of commitment to a relationship. A sign of commitment to the womanly arts.
That's true.
Yeah.
That and French toast.
No, come on now. You can't. You're adding shit. French toast is easy. Try to make a beef Wellington without a soggy crust.
Ugh.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of Dickel, but I've never been a fan of Tennessee whiskeys over bourbon, even though they're pretty much the same thing overall, but there's still a difference.
I mean, George Dickel around here is bottom shelf, to be honest. If I remember correctly. Now okay. She's fucking throwing fire here, dude. I can cook a major steak.
She meant mean steak, but either way,
yeah.
Picks or get the fuck out.
Yeah.
A steak is not beef Wellington.
No, it's not.
Let's
artistry there.
Well, it's I don't know if y'all saw the other day on one of Mish's his male stalkers. He showed him first of all, he posted a pic of his fucking kitchen like it was a flex.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, who the fuck as a grown ass man posts a pic of their fucking of their kitchen as a flex. It's like, what are you, Martha Stewart?
Well,
then he posted pics of this fucking steak that he made. It's like that shit was gray in the middle. I was like, what the fuck is that, dude? Like,
I mean,
seriously.
even Gordon Ramsay doesn't flex on his kitchen. He flexes on the food.
Right.
You
Right.
know, the kitchen is just, the kitchen is your hammer,
Right. It's a tool.
Is it the hammer or is it the anvil?
It's the hammer and the anvil. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, well, yeah, it's not the sword that you put into the fucking fire to temper the steel.
Well, what I'm saying is it's not like, hey, look at my $30 East Wing hammer. That means I'm a good carpenter kind of thing. That's what
Right.
that's what I mean. Yeah.
I get it. That's what I was saying.
I get you.
Yeah, showing off your kitchen doesn't mean you know how to cook.
Jesus.
Somebody's okay.
Wow.
Got to do it, homeschool.
The whammon can't get any respect. Damn.
Y'all go ahead and time him out for about 5 minutes.
There you go.
You gotta get his girls.
Unlike some of the guys in the gay monastery, I really don't mind whammon showing up in the chat type of thing. It's always kind of fun to fuck around with the girls.
It is fun.
It is.
Ultimately, they're here for our entertainment. So
Right.
why not have fun.
It's way more entertaining when they're here than when they're not. Too many guys are getting too abstract and too fucking serious.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Look, here's the thing about beef Wellington. The reason that is an important, I'm not going to call it a test.
Oh, what are you doing, Bull?
My bad. I hit the
Wrong
button.
fucking yeet.
Wrong fucking yeet. My bad, bro. Go ahead. Here,
Dude, you know what? I'm going to just yeet myself on this one. Jesus Christ.
I think I'm going to yeet myself out of protest. Bull Rush is turning into a big faggot.
No, go ahead. I hit the wrong button. My bad.
All right, retard. The whole point of beef Wellington is, I mean, a steak is great, and obviously everybody needs to be able to cook a steak. But a steak is simple, and that's something a man cooks for himself. A man does not cook beef Wellington for himself. A woman has to cook the beef Wellington, and that's a sign of, like I said, commitment to the womanly arts and love and enthusiasm for the man she's cooking for, because that takes some effort.
Yeah, can we time Betty out for a minute? She's getting ahead of herself.
I think where'd Rob go? Why did Rob leave?
I don't
If
know.
Rob's gone, I'm gone. I'm not hanging out with you for the rest of this.
I'm adding him. Fuck it.
The rest of this travesty. What have you done to our show, Bull?
30 fucking seconds. And
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Yeah. Dude, you know what?
You're out of your element, Donnie.
You're out of your element, Donnie. Shut the fuck up. A man cooks mac and cheese. That's right. That's right, McTubis.
So does Rob.
Rob makes the best mac and cheese, from what I heard.
He makes mind-expanding mac and cheese.
This motherfucker's still here. Yep, Gordon is a poser. Okay. Come back, Rob. I can't stand being around this motherfucker.
He can't. Nobody can stand me by themselves.
I can. We did shows that it was just you and me.
Yeah, I've been kind of thinking about going back to that, really, honestly.
I mean, me and Rob have never done a show with each other.
It worked.
No,
Yeah.
well, no, that's not true, Bull. We did. There was one time I think Nick was suffering a hangover, or he, drowned in the pool
Hangover.
for a
I
minute.
have never not shown up.
Right, but I
because
mean,
of a
I've never been on
hangover.
I've never been
Well, whatever it
I've
was.
never been asked to come on like a
Oh, are you feeling a little butthurt, Bull?
a little bit. Can I have some butthurt Hefeweizen?
You can have this. There you go. You can have that.
All right.
Thanks, buddy.
I think we're overplaying that one. I think we've overplayed.
Well, not now. It went through the full track. See.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm done with that one. I'll move on to some other sound effects at some point.
Nice.
Hey, here's the thing. There was this while I was watching Netflix documentaries this week, taking a break from editing Ryan's book, which, you know, that was a you know, that required a lot of brain power on my part, a lot of brain power I'm not sure that I've got. But
so you're saying he should have paid you more? Okay.
no, the fee was good. It's just,
Are you saying
you know,
Canadians are cheap?
no. What I'm saying is that I'm getting old and feeble and senile. So, you know, that probably has something to do with it. But when I was taking breaks watching these documentaries, we've already talked about the, you know, the prank calling one. There was this other
compliance one. Yeah.
Yeah, there was this other. I'm going to check out that. I've never seen that compliance movie, but I'm going to check
you
that
should
out.
Check that out, dude, because it's actually really good.
There was another doc on Netflix about this this volcano in New Zealand, and all these people would go visit this volcano, and it was real easy to get to. It was just a short boat ride because it was an island. It was a volcanic island, and that's all it was. And it erupts like every 3 years or so, and for the past however long, it's always erupted at night when nobody was there. Well, it just so happened that there were like these three boats of tourists on the island, and the fucking thing erupted while they were on the island, and like there were like 40 or 50 people there. Half of them died instantly from the steam, and then the other yeah, it was nasty as hell, and the other half were mostly severely injured to the point where, you know, like they're, you know, because they essentially got steamed, so their skin was hanging off and all that kind of shit. And then people had to go rescue them, but the authorities wouldn't go rescue them because it was too dangerous. So it was like the boating, you know, the tour guides, and then all these other independent pilots who were flying around in the area doing helicopter tours and shit. They're like, oh crap, we need to go get these people. So they all went and saved them, and none of the government would go and save them because it was too dangerous. So they went and got them off the island and took them to hospitals and shit. And this American couple was one of them who were severely injured but survived. And at the end of they were interviewing all these different people, and toward the end of the documentary, it's not long, it's like an hour or something, they started talking about how still nobody's been held responsible for what happened, and they were pissed off about that. And I'm thinking, you paid good money to go stand and look into a volcano, and you're pissed off that it erupted and it's somebody's fault. And their point was, well, nobody told us that it could be seriously like dangerous.
Really?
And I'm like, well, then, you know, then I'm not going to say you deserved what you got, but fuck you. You know, if you're going to be, this goes back to the whole, you know, sheep thing. If you're not going to take responsibility for the fact that, hey, you fucked around and you found out.
That's right.
You know, sometimes in life, shit just happens, and you're in the wrong place at the wrong time because you chose to be there, and fuck you. You know, I'm sorry it happened to you, but that's the breaks for all of us. You know, some people get, you know, in head-on collisions with drunk drivers, and it's not, you know, the innocent party's fault, but that's just what happened. And, you know, even in that case, at least you can blame them for being, you know, for being drunk and driving. But in the case of, you know, you voluntarily going to a dangerous spot in nature where there are risks, and you just got mad because, you know, it's like I went on a safari and I got bit by a lion, so I want to sue Africa or something. It's like, you know, fuck you, you know.
Well, it's the idea. Sometimes you get a great vacation and a great moment. Other times you get the steam. You take
the
your
steam
risk.
That's right.
Yeah.
You get steamed.
Yeah,
that's right. You gotta, you know, use better.
But your own, because you chose to take the risk.
That's natural selection telling you to use better judgment next time. Don't go. And the guy said, if I thought there was any real chance that this would happen while we were there, then I would not have gone. And I'm like, dude, the thing erupts every 3 years. And the funny thing was, this was in 2019, toward the end of 2000. It was like December of 2019. And the last time it erupted, was like December of 2016. So
Hey,
not only
where
so,
we're at.
it's just like
Fucking Old Faithful, about ready to go.
I was just watching that. That was almost as unbelievable as the people being talked into, strip searching their employees, because it's like, it's a 80% of everybody out there at least is a fucking sheep, and they don't take responsibility for their choices. So, fuck y'all,
Oh my gosh. This time out, Betty gets time.
Oh,
I mean, every girl gets put in a corner.
At least once.
At least once. She gets put in a kennel.
Yes,
That's how
but we're
system
not,
works.
we're not timing people out just for being here.
Yeah, just for showing up. Well,
You don't-
unless you're on my channel, and then
Yeah, Rob's a real fucking malevolent dictator around here.
I am. I've timed out people for less.
Well, Rob
way less.
Rob gets drunk with power. That's a different
Correct.
situation.
Mr. 1K around this motherfucker.
That's right. Oh, we're back to that. We've come full circle. It's how we started the show. Jesus.
I think you need to change his nickname to Rob 1K.
Dude, I will do it myself. I don't need
Change
both.
it to Rob 1K.
Why did I
never-
time Betty out? Because I wanted to time Betty out. That's why.
There.
She's getting a little ahead of
Everybody-
herself.
Everybody gets timed out around here.
No one's above getting
Above the
timed
yeet.
out.
Everybody
Yep,
gets
come
yeeted.
to my channel. You'll get timed out just for showing up.
Except McTubis because of his comment earlier.
No,
gets-
he's not exempt when it's my channel.
Well, he's safe for this episode. So
Well, there you go.
McTubis has a lifetime pass on my channel. I will never yeet McTubis, because McTubis has earned the privilege.
chat, yeah. Welcome to the shit show. Yes. We're not professional. Like, if you think we're like professional streamers, y'all came down the wrong fucking path. I'm just saying.
No,
that right
dude,
now.
they already know, Bull. They already know
Okay.
we're not. You don't need to remind them of the fact that we're a bunch of fucking amateurs. They already know.
Okay.
This is
in case you haven't caught the first hour and a half or so.
well. I want to point out
Any of our episodes.
we're about a month and a week away from our third full year doing this.
I'm still
So-
amazed we've been going this long. I didn't think this would last this long.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like, you remember Cops from back in the 80s? This live
God,
stream,
yeah.
this live stream is kind of like Cops. It's like, there's a double wide somewhere, and they went in there with a camera, and it's us, in there, drinking and shooting at cockroaches with BB guns. I mean, that's basically what this is.
That's a great analogy too. It really is. Only I'm using a pellet gun. But yeah.
Well,
same concept.
same thing.
Yeah.
Down here, all pellet guns shoot BBs also. So
Hey, there you go.
yeah.
Chat Holes Incorporated. No shit. That's what you guys are. That's one thing I took from Ryan when he said, your audience, you got to hate them just a little bit. I took that one to heart.
You don't just hate the audience a little bit. You hate us a little bit. You hate yourself
Dude,
a
I
little
hate
bit. You hate
everybody a little bit. Yeah.
everybody and everything.
Yeah. I hate everybody just a little bit. Yep.
All right, Bull Rush. It's been 2 hours.
Oh, has it? Okay.
Close enough.
It's been over 2 hours. Well, we had to,
Yes, we're timing. So you timed out all the chicks for showing up. Is that what you did?
I don't know,
Yeah,
dude.
they
Like,
got quiet.
I didn't say shit, dude. My mods are fucking just going ham.
Oh,
Well, I mean, the fact of the matter is, male or female, you got to be able to stand the heat if you're gonna come in this kitchen. So,
hang out in this fucked up kitchen. Yeah.
This is the fucked upest kitchen there ever was.
I mean, I told them ahead of time that
You
you're
come in
stepping
here,
the fire.
be brace for impact. Yeah.
Like
You
most
come in hot, you might get burned. Yeah.
all the
So
chat
I-
hole, most of the chat holes got wrenches and they're ready to go.
They're fucking degenerates as it is, drunk
Yeah,
with power.
well, all I can
Like-
say is it wasn't me tonight because I can't be bothered.
Like
So-
I'm the benevolent dictator in this whole thing. Like I'm the good
You
guy.
really are. You're soft.
I am soft.
You are. You're fucking.
I'm not jaded yet, so there's
It
still hope
has
for
nothing
me.
to do with being jaded. You're just soft.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's all it is. You're not gonna make it. So
Really?
That's what happens when you eat
Are-
crayons.
Oh, but I got a sweet AR, dude. Come on.
you know what? I think McTubus is the culprit responsible for the quiet.
Yeah, I
because
just got a
junk
text. I
always
just got a
smells its own scent first.
I just got a text from Betty. She's like, all the girls were quiet. And I'm like, yeah, I think that's fucking McTubus doing that shit, dude.
The wrench of the year award goes to McTubus.
Fucking wrenches, dude. Y'all gotta calm down, dude. Like we actually like girls around here. So fuck, dude.
Well, it sounds to me like
Easy.
you made some kind of deal that you're paying off these chicks just to show up. That's kind
I'm
of
really
fucked
not,
up.
dude. I'm really not.
That's kind of fucked up.
I'm
So
really
that's
not.
what spontaneous estrogen looked like.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. I've never witnessed, a bloom of estrogen like that before.
There,
So
there you
that
go.
was new.
There you go.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because Betty's blowing up my phone right now, dude. She's like, what the fuck?
What the fuck, Bull?
Yeah, she's fucking mad, dude.
I'll bet. Yeah, that's why McTubus is laughing because he's like, hee.
Fuck me, what the fuck?
Fuck me, what the fuck, Rob, and the other guy. Wait,
The
hang
other
on.
guy.
I gotta
Robin,
change my
guy.
nickname. I gotta change my nickname.
The
Hang
other
on,
guy.
I love it.
Nick's the other guy.
Well, I've been the other man, so I might as well be the other guy.
Mr. Lincolnshire.
All right.
Mr. Lincolnshire. He
You're not
he
showing
holds
our-
the camera.
You're not showing our nicknames, so.
No, he's my friend.
Have you, Betty? I don't recall seeing you in the chat.
No, he's not. He's not.
She's been there once or twice.
Has she? Okay.
Fucking homeschool. Tell all the girls come back next week.
It's Nick's show next week.
Yep, it's the year ender too, 29th.
Yeah. That's right.
Oh,
It's our New Year's Eve show, the famous one. So
That's right.
there'll
I'm
be
gonna
a lot
get
of
so much
surprises.
shit after this. Oh my god, dude. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, guys.
Well, I'll tell you, you need to hurry up and buy Ryan's book on frame so you can start handling your women.
That's right. Oh, all I could think is if and I know it was McTubus, yeeting the girls for 5 minutes. I have that scene from
fucking
Lord of the Rings
McTubus
type
leaves.
where the one guy picking up the sword facing the cavalry coming at him. That's what it was.
Yeah, he's fucking
Last
Jon Snow.
Samurai.
He's Jon Snow on
Yeah.
a battlefield.
That's it. It was Jon Snow. That's it. Game of Thrones. That's it. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too
McTubus
about
was being that. He's like, I'm your Huckleberry. I'll take on this stampede of estrogen. Watch this shit.
Is that gay dragon show? Is that what that is?
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
McTubus goes dark for like a month, and then he comes roaring back. He's fucking
Yeah,
eating everybody.
like he gets to walk right back into the same status that he left with. I don't know where he gets off.
I
with
should
that.
probably take his wrench away for a little while
That's
while he calms down. I'm serious, bro.
de-wrench
He's
him.
like,
De-wrench him.
I'm gonna,
Yeah, you got to
I
go
mean,
into YouTube
de-wrench
and
that
go into all
motherfucker.
the shit.
that's what I'm doing.
Dude, it's been 2 hours. Why are we still here?
I don't know. So Betty, go live. I'll show up. You can yeet me too. It'll be fun.
I won't show up, but I barely show up for this. So.
Well, yeah, there's that.
I was sober at this time though. I've been sober all night. So
I'm mostly sober, believe it or not.
this is probably the most sober I've been on a Let 'Em Burn stream in months.
All right. So yeah, I took McTubus's fucking wrench away for a little while because he's got to calm down, bro. Seriously, he's fucking he's like the guy in the whorehouse with the encyclopedia, dude.
Well, just remember, this is the only live stream on the internet sponsored by Rule Zero Breweries, whose flagship product is Butthurt Hefeweizen, because a case of Butthurt does always make everything better.
It sure does. Y'all got anything else? Rob, you got anything else?
I got
would-
this.
Lord, I've had a good life, and I think I lived it right. Bet there's a big old orgy waiting for me in the sky. I'm sure behind them pearly gates there's booze and weed and pills. But if there ain't sluts in heaven, Lord, send me down to hell.
I think we need to go out with David Allen Coe.
Oh, you know what? I still have that one. Hang
Don't
on.
bite the dick.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah. Play that.
Perfect.
Don't bite the dick that fucks you, honey. You got to learn to fuck it funny. How those dicks all taste like rubber covered with goo. Some comes clear and some comes milky. Some comes thick and some comes silky. Don't bite the dick that fucks you, honey. It'll be good to you.
There you have it.